Hello, YouTube. We are back with some more commentary, joined by my usual BFF, TJ.
I'm the highwayman.
And today we've got myself playing Xros Heart on the right, and Kam playing his beloved Rosemon. My apologies, on the left. This was done at Sully's Abode, which is our sort of like second go-to spot for locals. Our group usually goes there on Thursday. It's a nice shop in Bolingbrook, so if you're in the area, do check it out. Great shop for TCG stuff. But before we hop into the video, and we can talk about this as setup goes on too, we've got a few exciting developments. If you wanted to take the lead on that, TJ.
Sure. Stuff's been kind of crazy, right? Like we, our growth sort of like has been pretty insane recently, thanks to all you guys, and it's been fucking awesome. Like, we appreciate each and every one of you, but we like, I know Ben's working on the Instagram a lot right now, or is going to be. I haven't actually looked yet. I'm a bad friend. But the Discord, the work Jarrell did on the Discord is amazing. Getting that all set up. The TCG player affiliate. We have other small little things that we're working on, or that we're trying to get the ball rolling on. But it's just been kind of cool. I don't know. I just wanted to point it out. Just chit chat about it a little bit.
Yeah. Just a little bit more about the TCG affiliate as well. Basically, I'll link it in the description down below, but if you guys are looking to buy singles or whatnot, you click the link, and if you just want to place your order using that link, we don't have an official store, so don't let that confuse you. It basically just says like, hey, like you guys found TCG through our link, and they're giving us a little percentage of the sale as well. It doesn't come out to a lot, but any sort of little bit counts for us, and we do appreciate it. And yeah, feel free to check out the Discord. I'll link that as well as the Instagram and Twitter or X, however you want to call it, down below too. Yeah, and we're just excited to keep growing with you guys and growing for you guys. We've had a lot of fun making this, and we've had a lot of fun getting to know some of you folks too. We just want to keep it going, keep it going and sharing it with y'all. But that being said, enough chit chat. Let's hop right into the round over here. But yeah, here we're just setting up, dude. I don't know, like I think things were getting just slightly stale for me after the past couple of weeks of like BT-14. Like, don't get me wrong, I still think this is like a super fun format, but I think just like I've been tired with work, and like I just wanted to do something that I know I was gonna enjoy, and I was like, Xros. I haven't played Xros in a while.
Love your Xros.
I love my
I chose
Xros.
to sit in the same place. That seat was cursed. No, so I played Camry round before this, and I lost.
Yeah.
So right now you and Camry were both X and O. Round 2. Camry, dude. Thinking about it more, I thought about this after, but playing D Brigade into both a mill deck and Rose, I'm like, these are terrible matchups for me. This was a terrible night to play D Brigade, because I do exactly what Rose wants, which is leave bodies on board. And I mill myself, so I just help Millith just do what it wants to do. And I was just like, God damn it. But like that doesn't take away from like how well Camry or because Cooper's what I played with Millith. It doesn't take away from like how well they played. It was just funny matchups.
I know Kam can be hard on himself, and if you're watching this, Kam, you shouldn't be, because I mean you do really well with this deck.
Yeah,
sometimes it bricks and it's rough, but like you do pilot the hell out of this, so don't let it get to you, my friend.
Yeah, damn it.
Like shit like that. Don't let that get to you. that shouldn't happen.
So I nudged Cameron on the shoulder there, because that's what happened to me in our games. I revealed like I think 2 or 3 Brigadra off of a Commandramon dying, and I was just like, oh. So I'm not going into Brigadramon this game. that's not happening.
But here I decide not to swing with the star just to get some board control going. I go into Star Sword with a Shout and a Starmons to give a total of 5k DP reduction on the Lalamon, just to pop it. I guess I could have tapped Zen, but I didn't want to pass over too much memory, so I just choked him 1, and then you played a Yoshino.
Giving across 3 memory is like giving it 10.
Yeah. So I go ahead and swing, draw for the Starmon's Inheritable. It does end up living, which is pretty
That's
decent.
crazy.
Because he's just a little 4K guy.
Yeah, but I mean, when all your level 4s are 3K, and then all your
Yeah.
rookies are 1 or 2K.
So I
that
decided
makes it
here to go into an X4 for reduced cost of 3, tab Zendro to gain 1. Star Sword counts as a Starmon or a Shoutmon, and Omni Shoutmon counts as a Shoutmon as well. So I'm able to Digicross with those materials. Doesn't have Rush, but it does pass turn with a Taiki. So set up for potentially doing 2 checks at 8K next turn, which I felt like is not bad.
Yeah, and it has material save, so like, even if he does delete it, you just tuck the sources away and you're able to do other stuff later.
Yeah. Kam does a pretty good play here. Taps suspends the Sunflow to go into Lila, which goes into Rose, which suspends both my Taiki and my X4.
Yeah.
He gained the memory off of the Mimi and the Yoshino, and then I guess went into it for a reduced cost with the Inheritable. So pretty efficient play there. Plays out a Palmon to search, because I think he's looking for burst mode here.
Yeah, I think at this point you've seen all of the Rosemons, because he bottom decked 2 BT-13s, and then he has 1 on the board and 1 in hand, because he was able to add a fairy and a plant or vegetation to hand. Thanks to the pal. Just go Toga to pass turn, put you to 2, which I think is, I mean, that's, pretty much
Solid.
the best you can do. He controlled board, didn't see a burst mode, so kind of just has to...
So go ahead and swing with the Shout, which through Rosemon's effect would then suspend. He chooses to suspend Zenzero. I think you could argue to suspend Taiki instead, because now I'm allowed to do X7 shenanigans through Taiki.
Yeah, I get, I think Camry was of the mind of like, oh, I don't want him to gain memory off of playing something, but I think that he wasn't, because it's been a while since anyone's, like, you're the only person who like consistently plays Cross at the shop. And even when I say consistently, it's been like a couple of months, I think, since you've played Cross at the shop. And Camry hasn't been there recently either, too, so...
we can change that, you know, if you guys want.
No, I'm good. But like it's, I think it's sometimes hard to remember that Taiki is the one that does enable all your plays. Because I think if he suspends your Taiki there, I think it puts you in a really kind of rough spot.
It puts me in a more awkward spot. I still had the X7, and I really only used the Omni Shout, and I believe it was the Starmons, which I had another Starmons in hand. So like it would have just cost a little bit more.
Costs 4 more.
Yeah, which does give him stuff to cook, and I couldn't play the Crimson off of that, so that could have definitely changed the tide.
Yeah, it definitely, because it passes turn, and then he has a lot more memory gain and control right now with the other stuff.
Does go into Rose, suspending it. Suspends Yoshino to gain a memory.
Yep. So 1 cost evo effectively.
Cam was like, I'm just gonna scoop, because he was hoping to draw into the burst mode, but he just wasn't finding her.
He, I wish that happened to me. Well, no, I don't wish that on him, but I wish it felt like every time we were like in round 1, that man's never missed a burst mode. He had it every goddamn time. No matter what I did, burst mode was there knocking at the door.
Which
just going, hey baby, you want the whip? And then I heard something crack on the other side, and I just go, no.
Which, to be fair, burst mode completely shuts both of our decks down.
His whole deck shuts my deck down, bro. Fucking, I debrigade. If I leave a Carbigermon on board, it's gone. Unless I have the I can have an Heralds protect me, but like, any sort of wideboarding just hurts me.
Yeah.
It's just Pange.
I just noticed this too. Cam's color coordinating with our memory marker over there. Look at that. Look at that synergy.
True and real. And pretty pog, I might say.
Honestly, dude, like, yeah, I mean, I think playing meta is fun and all, but I don't know,
I hate you. Fucking Sparrowmon and back, fucking Duraludon, I can't remember the fuckers. I was trying to hunt in Duraludons like an hour ago, so that's on my brain. I've been playing Pokemon a lot recently. Duraludon.
Because when I'm thinking like when I'm going to LA next month, I honestly like for some of these side events and shit, I might just bring out Cross, Hunter, see how it goes.
Honestly, do it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. A lot of people, get tired of old stuff. But you do have the people that find those older builds or older archetypes that they still enjoy that can still work really well right now, even without even with little to no support as the sets continue. Because cross is still fast. Save is still a very, very powerful mechanic. It's not. I was gonna say busted, but it's not really busted anymore. I don't think. I think when it first came out, I think it was definitely cracked.
Yeah.
But as we get more and more tamer control and tamer, as we get more tamer control and memory control, for decks, I think it's not as big of an issue because that was the thing was that cross had save while also having so much memory control. And on play rush just to stop things, but we're getting more strategies and ways to play around that.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, I think with the new shiny toys too, less War Gray around is always nice for me. I will always take less War Gray. If the less amount of Hades Force I see, the more happier I am. Yeah, true. There is less War Gray going on now because War Gray is just very bricky, and a lot of decks tend to just be more consistent. They're more consistent, and they just push out more damage than War Gray can, the Black War can stop most of the time, or than War Gray can do. Because the thing is, right, Black War Gray is very hard to pull off the board. Yeah.
But he is a wall once he gets out there. But the thing is that so many of the decks are so much more memory efficient in what they do than he is, that they're just faster than he is to get set up.
Right. Just to summarize my past turn, I was missing a few pieces, but I ended up just going into X3 for a cost of 5, just to kind of cycle and draw through. I used the Star Sword once again to use it as a Shoutmon. I used the Darulu. I think X3 is pretty good. I cut him down to 3 in my build recently just to sprinkle in another Death X with the meta. But I mean, the guy is so good at just unbricking you, and it's not a bad play. If you're playing cross, or just pass turn with him and utilize an Omni Shout or something. Yeah, it lets you cycle. The opponent's got to deal with it next turn, so it's not a bad
even
guy
if
to throw out there.
Depending on the matchup too, or what your opponent might have on board or might not have on board, you can just next turn you can just choose to just do the start of main phase thing to gain a memory in case that's more beneficial to your turn play.
Yeah, it definitely has come up a few times. I remember when I played it at the last regional. I definitely helped to bring my pieces back. Yeah, he's missing the burst mode again. Burst mode here would have just shut me down. But he does go into Sunflow in the back. I push up the Starmons, and I think at this point I'm okay, it's safe to swing. I can save and bring my pieces through. He chooses to suspend the X3 off of the Rosemon.
Yeah.
Which is fair. And here I'm okay, well, we've got a few potential options. I'm missing a few pieces, but you know what? I think.
You son of a gun.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch. I see what you're about to do. You sick fuck. That's painful. Shout. Yep. Cost 5 for 2.
Go ahead, swing for the last security. Draw for the Starmons.
Keeps you alive. And you get that fixed too.
And then we just go into an Omni Shout to pop the PAL.
Yeah.
So at this point, I think it's just putting pressure, clear board a little bit. I feel pretty confident that Kam, with how he wants to do things, he's not gonna be able to clear through my entire security stack. I've got him in a pretty rough spot.
Before we get too far, you should have rebooted. We talked about this at the shop.
Yes.
So before anyone in chat thinks it honestly well, you'll see in a minute, but yeah, it should have been. It should have been
rebooted. I realize it after he goes into this Rosemon here, but I'm at this point he's either gonna suspend it. And I've missed the window. I don't want to be that guy that's oh wait, let me reboot it to change, Which Kam
Yeah.
probably
Well, it wouldn't
would
have changed
cool with.
anything.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have changed anything because
Right.
the second he goes into that Rosemon, it then suspends your cross 5 would have gotten suspended off of him evoing into the Rosemon,
Right,
which I don't
exactly.
think he does a different play this turn.
Yeah.
I think that is still his best line of play because he needed to just evo and dig to see if he could find a burst mode.
Right.
And evoing into that Rosemon to suspend your fella would have been the best thing to do. So, yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah, he swings through all my entire board. The Omni Shout only allows it to save itself, so I lose my pieces there, but X5 lets me save 3, so I do put the Shout, Darulu, and Sparrow underneath. And here, Kam's like, here, I really wish I had a burst mode.
Yeah, it's not enough memory to search. Training failed him.
I think his best bet at this point is to just try to choke me as best he can.
And I think he had one burst mode of insecurity, I think, right? And there's one, finally.
Yeah.
And I think the other one is... He has all alt-arts. I think he has 3 alt-arts for burst mode in his deck. And I think the other one is at the bottom of his deck, but you're a nasty, filthy man.
And then going to X3. To be fair, I got pretty lucky there because I would not have been able to do anything that turn unless I drew that Ballista off of the Starmons. Otherwise, I didn't really have a play that would have kept turn. I would have just passed turn. But, I mean, I guess that's just the way it crumbled, so...
And I think it's self-explanatory, but Ben knows that he would have revealed 3 off of the cross 3 play. There's just no reason to do that when it's just game. That's just this is gotta be him at that point. There's no reason to resolve the effect because you know you're gonna just swing for game anyways. There's nothing else that can be done there.
Right. But yeah, that does conclude the round. I think this is the first cross that we've had in a while, so hopefully a good breath of fresh air for you guys. First Rosemon in a while too, so I think this like set of locals that we have for you guys over the next couple of days should be pretty refreshing. Like we've got some decent matchups. The next one I believe is going to be a yellow vaccine mirror, so that should be an interesting one to check out, so be on the lookout for that one. I think by the time this video also goes live, it'll either be Christmas Eve or post-Christmas. We won't upload on Christmas just so we all can spend some time with family and our loved ones, so we want you all to do the same. But on that note, happy holidays to everybody who's tuning in. Hope you all had a good holiday season, a restful Christmas, or whatever you folks end up celebrating. Hope you all had just a good time with family. Now is a good time to just sit back, relax, kick it with the people you care about, and have a good time.
You know what?
No?
I'm tired of all this Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Oh.
I think it should be sad. I think everyone should... No, I'm just kidding.
We went dark real fast.
No, I'm just kidding. Everyone have a good holiday.
And thank you all for tuning in. Like I said, we really do appreciate all the support, like TJ mentioned earlier. As we stated before, the links to all our socials will be in the video description. Feel free to check it out. We look forward to seeing you all there, and we'll catch you on the flippy flip. Bye-bye.
Bye.